Well, hello from the Frivolous and Frugal podcast. I am Dawn. I am the frivolous one. Penny's not here right now, but we are both going to sit down with our husbands and ask the fiber questions that you see a lot on YouTube right now. So this is my husband, Steve.
Hello.
You can't imagine what I'm having to do to get him to sit down here. So just so you know, he's frugal. I am not. So he's going to answer the questions, and he swears he's not going to look at them as the laptop is off to my left. So are you ready?
Ready.
Right. Okay, this may not go to air depending on the questions. So question number 1. What is the favorite thing I've ever knit for you?
One of my hats.
One of your hats. Maybe the gray one.
Probably the gray one.
Probably the gray one. Okay. What is the favorite thing I've ever knit for anybody that you've liked?
Probably one of your shawls.
One of my shawls.
Yeah. Well,
there's only like 50
some
to choose from.
I know, but I've liked the different patterns and the different colors. One of them for my daughters was the bright colors. That was unique.
Oh, yeah, I did that shawl. I forget the name of it. It's on my project page. By the way, I'm Dawn Marie Knits on both Ravelry and Instagram, and the Frivolous and Frugal podcast is on Ravelry. Feel free to join our group there. We're also obviously on YouTube and Facebook too, so feel free to hit the like button so we can see who's watching. It was a neon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, neon yellow, pink and orange, I
orange.
think, and it was with Leading Men Fiber Arts yarn. I can't remember, and their DK. Wait. Okay. Next question. How long have I been knitting?
I would guess 5 or 6 years.
Guess. How about double that?
10?
I would say at least 2006, maybe. How the years fly by during happy marriage. Okay, would you ever go to a fiber festival with me?
Sure. Is it a one-day thing? Or
It's
is
a
it...
one-day thing, and you cannot make one comment about how much money I spend.
Oh, well, yeah, I'd still go.
You would. He would never say no, right? Does it bother you when I take you to a local knitting store or a local yarn shop?
No.
It doesn't bother him at all.
No.
Okay.
I've even surprised you and went in knitting stores and made purchases.
Yes,
but you've given me a list of things you'd like, so
yes, the
kinda...
honey-do list. You think the honey-do list would be things around the house, but no, it's knitting stuff I need. Okay, what is the coolest thing that you've learned about my addiction to knitting?
It calms you. Yeah.
It calms me.
Yeah, it calms you.
Happy wife,
Yeah, happy wife,
life.
happy
Yeah, very
life.
good. Okay. Have you ever wanted to learn how to knit?
I'm intrigued by it. I don't know if I'm ready to learn, but there might be a time I'd like to try it.
Okay, let me know. Does it bother? This is a funny one.
The yarn I'd probably knit with you wouldn't.
You can't say it. Okay. Okay, it'd be acrylic, maybe, huh?
No, yeah.
Okay, we have to be politically savvy here. Okay, you'll like this question. Does it bother you when I buy yarn?
Well, not by the collection we have. No, it hasn't.
So you can probably figure out that Frivolous doesn't ask Frugal if I can purchase.
I ask you no questions and you tell me no lies. So
Okay, what do you think about podcasting?
I think it's very cool.
Okay, do you know how many followers I have? Or we have?
6. No.
And 5 of them are family?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess 35.
You know, I don't even know the answer. I'd guess maybe 25. So be sure to like us and follow us. Okay. Do you know if you can you tell me the different weights that yarn comes in?
That I cannot. Don't have an idea.
Fingering, worsted, means nothing?
Never heard those.
Okay. What do you think is my favorite yarn or an independent dyer that I buy from?
Oh. I'd say probably one of your favorite yarns is Life in the Long Grass.
Oh, I love that Irish yarn, yes. So you know what an indie dyer is?
I've heard you mention it, but I don't know.
So that would be like my friend Laurel, who dyes at home. She's created a brand. She sells on the internet. She sells at Magpie's Cottage. So when we go to yarn places like conferences, some of them are commercially made yarns.
Okay.
Some of them are independently dyed. So I love to support the independent dyers if I can. Do you know how much on average a skein of yarn costs that I would buy?
I would say $25 to $30.
You'd be right. Okay, he's a little anal retentive, so I was waiting to hear $25.42.
No.
And then a pie chart on what time of the day I
Well,
buy.
I bought Life in the Long Grass, so I know that's like 27.
Yeah.
No.
Can you believe that? He bought me Life in the Long Grass. He got the Husband of the Year award. If I asked you to buy a specific yarn for me for a gift or for any reason, would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah, he always does that. That's nice. Oh, okay. How much yarn do you think I buy in 1 month?
Oh boy.
Like how many skeins?
I'd say 16 to 20.
Oofda. Okay, I'm going to start that next month. I probably buy half of that in a month. Unless I go to a yarn conference, knitting conference or retreat or something. Yeah, okay. Everybody heard it, 16 to 20. So, would you let me yarn bomb our house? Do you know what that means?
I do not.
Do you remember when we looked at those bridges in Pittsburgh that were yarn bombed?
Oh.
Yeah, so would you let me yarn bomb one of the trees or the porch or something like that?
In the backyard?
Where nobody would see it? Okay,
No.
the guy's a little anal about our yard, so I think that answer would be no. He just won't say it, will you?
No, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it up close to see. I mean, I've seen pictures, but I haven't been around to.
I'm not interested at all in yarn bombing, so okay.
If you have some really funky, old, ugly 1950s yarn, we could do the neighbors.
Welcome to our neighborhood. Okay, so this one I want you to answer, obviously, and it may determine the length of our marriage. Okay, you ready? Would you consider that I'm knitting obsessed, knitting interested, or I'm just dabbling with knitting?
I'd say interested.
I'm hitting him underneath the table.
No.
I am obsessed.
Yeah, well,
I am. I'd
Yeah.
rather do that than go out and weed the yard.
yeah, you try to do that
And
than
for
do
some
laundry
reason,
and
yeah, I don't like laundry. I don't like
clean
anything.
too.
So you never guess who does all that here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask you about some abbreviations and tell me what they mean. Knitting abbreviations. Okay, an FO.
Yeah, not what I think of.
Finished object.
Okay.
Okay, a UFO.
Unfinished.
Oh. My husband rocks. Okay. How about HO? Okay.
Don't know.
Half finished object. So like if I'm knitting a pair of socks and one sock is done, I would have a hoe. That's not going to go well. Okay.
Like my one sock was for a couple of years.
Oh yeah, he's
One
kind
of
of
your
pushy.
first sock projects.
Why? I think 5 or 6 years between one sock and the other wasn't bad when I was first knitting, and
Yeah.
actually Penny finished it for me. BFL,
Best friend. No, I don't know.
blue face Leicester. It's a specific breed of sheep.
Okay.
So it's a specific type of wool. So wool is a general term.
Right.
If I asked you to buy a BFL wool, that's a specific breed of sheep. I won't make you draw it.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with blue. If I said I was going to the LYS,
Don't know.
local yarn store.
Okay.
So everybody has their own little LYS. All right, if I said I was going to this event, where would we be going? EYF.
E.
You would really love to go here. Edinburgh Yarn Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun, Scotland?
Yeah.
Okay, if I said we were going to VKL.
No, no.
Vogue Knitting Live. They have them all over the country, but you would probably enjoy the one in New York City the best. So I
Okay.
think we should go in January.
Okay.
All right, you heard that. SSK.
Oh, I've heard that, but
Do you remember where I said it was located?
is that the one in Tennessee?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Super Summer Knit Along. So
Okay.
it's hosted by the Knit Girls. That's Penny got to meet one of the podcasters because she's a reading specialist like her.
Okay.
Laura.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah. Laura and Leslie do that. Okay, if I said I was tinking, what would I be doing?
I would guess pulling out knitting, but
That's exactly one stitch at a time. So tink is knit spelled backwards.
Okay.
But what if I said I was frogging?
Pulling out a whole lot.
Yeah, I'm pulling it all the way out, right? Just the whole. Okay. If you could have me knit you anything, what would it be?
One thing or a couple things?
You name it.
Probably a hat and like fingerless gloves.
To match
Yeah.
for the Packers?
Packers are favorite NASCAR.
NASCAR.
thing.
Okay, somebody needs to do a NASCAR line of yarn because he would buy all of it for me. Okay. What's another use for knitting needles?
I have no clue.
So when our son was young, I was just learning to knit, and he thought knitting needles, you know, when you had those long ones,
Yep.
metal, he thought they were swords.
Okay.
So he would pull them out of my knitting and kind of do the Harry Potter wand thing with them.
I was gonna guess make kebabs for the grill.
I'm sure somebody has said that. Okay, so here's a funny story. This was years ago. I'm going to guess maybe 15. We lived kind of in a subdivision out in the country, and a badger dropped into one of our window wells. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
So I called him at work, and he said he would get to it when he got home. This is like 10 in the morning, and he gets home at 4 in the afternoon. So there's no way I'm going to let this badger. And so we ran down to the basement to look at it, and he's baring his teeth and growling. You know, he's really ugly. So my mom suggested that you take an old towel, throw it down into the window well, and take an old knitting needle and drive it into the ground above the window well. And then by the time I got around to the house, back in the house and down to look at the window, he was already out. So how about that for another use of knitting needles? Okay, that was my mom, not me. Do you think I knit for the finished product, or do I knit because I like the process of knitting?
I think you like the process of knitting.
I do too, but I do like the product too. Yeah, that's a hard one for me. Okay,
I just thought that because you have so many projects going, just
yeah, that's true. I like learning new techniques. So, okay, do you think I have a large enough yarn stash?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, do you think I have too much yarn?
I don't know. What's your definition of too much?
Well, and you don't have any to compare to, like to see somebody
Right.
else's stash.
Right.
So, okay, let's think of it this way. Do you think it's large enough that we need to put a rider on our home insurance policy?
Well,
Don't answer that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of think we have 2 or 3 knitters in the house, but
Oh, for the much yarns they buy?
yeah.
It's for all my friends when they come over.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think? I think you said this already, but do you think knitting helps me?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too. It's very calming for me. Very methodical. How much money do you think I spend in yarn? Maybe in a month's time? You can't use your calculator or your fingers and toes.
I would say $150.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. $150. Do you know the
Well,
difference?
you said you buy only about 6 skeins, so I just kind of
6 to 10, but then you know how much they cost per skein.
yeah.
So 10 times.
Well, I was
Okay.
trying to go on the low side.
Go public education.
Well, I went with the number you thought that you want me to think.
Okay, I'll spend that much from now on, or not. What's the difference between knitting, crocheting, weaving, and spinning?
Well, knitting and crocheting is with one tool. It's a hook. Knitting's with 2 needles, sometimes 3.
You're right.
What's the other?
Spinning?
Spinning? Isn't that a class they have at the gym? No, that's with the wheel.
That neither of us
Right.
seem to go. Yeah, it's with the wheel.
Yeah, and what was the other one?
Weaving.
Weaving? Is that with a loom?
That is very good. I don't spin and I don't weave yet. Okay. Do you explain to other people that I'm a knitter?
Yes.
You do, yeah. In fact, I've taught some of his coworkers to knit. Is there something that you wish I would do as much as I knit?
No. Actually, I kind of enjoy watching you knit and seeing what projects you have.
Sad. I'm never going to do dishes again. That's assuming I've ever done them to start with, right?
Yeah.
Is there something other than a hat and fingerless gloves you'd ever want me to knit? You wouldn't like a sweater, would you?
Probably. I'm not a sweater person.
No. A blanket?
I know one of the first projects you did like early on was slippers. I have a pair of slippers.
Duffers. Yeah. Remember when felted knitting was the big thing?
And I wear those in the wintertime.
Yeah, you do. That was good. Forgot about those.
Yeah.
If I died tomorrow, what would you do with my stash?
Our nieces would be very happy to have known you.
But who are you going to call first thing?
Oh, Penny.
Penny.
Yeah.
You better call Penny right away. And then she'll...
Yeah, well, probably 911 if you're ill, but then...
If I fall over. That'd be the good number. Okay. Does it embarrass you when I knit in public?
No.
No. Very good. And does anyone ever say anything to you about my knitting behind my back?
Never.
Never? Really?
Never.
Never?
No.
Wow. What do I knit the most of?
I'd say right now it's either shawls or socks.
Yeah, I would say shawls. But I just earlier this summer I bought a circular sock machine, so I've been trying to learn how to do those. Why do you think I knit?
For calming and...
Yeah, it makes nice gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. We only have one episode of our podcast up. Did you watch it?
I've seen parts of it. I still want to see it all.
Good answer. Something for Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you name any of the other podcasts that I watch?
No, I'm sure you told me that my selective hearing. No, I can't.
Well, I usually have my headset on
Yeah.
too. So okay. If I knit you a sweater that was absolutely hideous, would you wear it?
On the ugly sweater day.
There is no such thing as an ugly sweater.
Yeah, there are. We've met people that have.
I'll let you know how our counseling session goes. And do you think I need to go on a yarn diet? Do you know what that means?
Thin it out?
I should stop buying yarn for a while and use what I have.
Well, you've told me that that's one of your goals is to use what you have before.
My goal for 2018, and I'll have to see if I can do this in Ravelry, is have I knit more meters in yarn than I've bought in meters. Yeah, I wonder that this year I might be a little closer than normal. So,
Yeah.
but the year's not over and I have a couple more retreats to go to. Final question.
Oh boy.
How much do you think my stash is worth?
Oh. I would guess 2,500 to 3,000.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
You know what? To be honest, I don't know. I have most of my newer stash in Ravelry. But I don't know about my older, so. Well, good. Well, thank you for watching. Thanks
Yeah.
for coming.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you agreed to do this since we're so new at podcasting. So, again, you can find us, the podcast, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Ravelry. You also could email at frugal. Oh, you know what? I'll just put it down in the show notes because I don't know if it's, I think I'm frivolousdawn@gmail.com and Penny is frugalmispenny@gmail.com, but I could be off on that. So I will make sure that when Penny posts the show notes that she puts that in. Thank you for your time today, and I can't wait. We plan on posting another full episode of podcast in a couple of weeks. All right, until then,
Bye.
see you later.